What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the first episode in our coverage of Rebel Galaxy. My name is Splattercat. Very happy to have you here today. I have always been a reasonably large fan of games like X3, Freelancer, Darkstar 1, all those sorts of games. And I think that Rebel Galaxy is the next game that's barking up that tree. Not necessarily in the X3 sense, but it's a sandbox space game, which is streamlined, it's polished, it's lightweight, but at the same time it has enough depth to keep you playing. And so I think we may have found the successor to Freelancer, at least in some regards. I'm going to be doing a Let's Play here today because I found this game to be absolutely fantastic over the course of the last week. I've got about 5 to 8 hours in. I've played a lot. The game gets very, very hectic. It's incredibly fun, and I think you guys are going to like what I'm biting off here. So, welcome to Rebel Galaxy. I look forward to playing it with you all. Let's jump into a new game, shall we?
Six days ago, you received a cryptic message from your Aunt Juno, the family black sheep who you haven't seen or heard from in over 10 years. The message provided the access codes to the Rasputin, a near-derelict spacecraft and a relic of her younger days. Also included were the coordinates to Rust City, an out-of-the-way space station with a questionable reputation. She practically begged you to meet her there as quickly as possible. Now, after several days of travel and a few unscheduled maintenance stops, you have at last arrived. This is a place of liars, thieves. You wonder how you let yourself get dragged to such a godforsaken backwater.
Alright, so welcome to the game. As quickly as it started, we got stuff to do. We got a hail coming in, so we're going to press E. But along the way, I'm going to do my best to treat this like a tutorial for new players that have never played before. I think I've learned some useful information. I've died a lot, and I think I can help you be better at the game. Maybe. Who are you? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll see you after I dock. I'm probably going to let the voiceovers play out because, I don't know, I've seen a bunch of YouTubers do this in different ways. Some people just say what they say as like a translator. Some people just let them talk. I'm probably just going to let them talk and assume that you're literate and you're able to read and everything like that. I'll read my response as though I'm responding because it helps me enjoy the game if I roleplay a little bit. I'm a nerd like that. I LARP down. It is what it is. But for right now, they're going to give us some tutorials. I don't need those at all. I've been playing all day today, and I think I'm good to ride. We got to go into Rust City, which is where you always start, although the planet in the background, fun fact, it randomly generates every time you play the game. And so, actually, let me take a look at the star chart real fast, see if it's the same. It is not. And so the game randomly generates each time you play. That is an interesting revelation that I never came to. Then again, I've only had like my stream game and one little side game going on my laptop that I wasn't really paying attention to because I was watching Firefly. Simultaneously, though, the map randomly generates. So, for example, the last time I played the game, this planet right here was like a big Terran Earth planet. It looked really, really nice and temperate. The game that I played on my stream, that planet right there was like a lava planet that was just like volcanoes and all kinds of crazy like Sith like type stuff going on. And this time it just looks like a burned out old moon. It's like, hey man, I'm not burned out. I feel like I'm in the zest of my prime. Don't mind these craters, homie. I hold it down. That was the moon talking to us. I don't know if I made the segue long enough. So you can accelerate and decelerate your ship with the Q and E keys. And that's going to be not respectively. So E makes you go faster, Q makes you go slower, and then if you press W, it turns on your scramjets, which will help you go a little bit faster than the speed you're already traveling at. So keep that in mind. E is going to allow us to dock. You can only be in 2 space right now, so think of the game as being 2-dimensional. Even though you can look all around you, there is no up or down for your ship. The Y-axis is not accessible. You can move on like the X and the Z, but the Y is not available. I mean, honestly, we have no reference here, so we could be on any axes that we want, but let's not get scientific about the whole thing. It's fine. Mathematical, is that what it would be? I don't know. We don't know what axes we're on right now. We could be facing like down or left. There's no orientation in space, really, unless you've got like a reference point, and we have none. Therefore, we start with the Rasputin, which has 2 turret mounts, but only 1 turret installed. Yes, I know about that. If we go to the equipment bay, you can buy equipment. There's lots of equipment in this game. We'll talk about it when we get there. You can go to the shipyard to buy yourself all kinds of cool stuff. It's kind of like a dog park. They put the ships out, they play, they fetch sticks, they have a good time. Hooray. Commodities market. This is where you're going to make most of your money. If you aren't playing the commodities, you are cheating yourself. I'm telling you, do as much combat as you want, but carry stuff around the system and the galaxy with you to make money while you do it, to double up on your profits. Very, very easy to tell what you need here. Red means buy, green means sell. That's it. But you want to check the margins too. For example, on robots, margin is pretty it's razor thin. Whereas for something like data cubes, it's a little bit larger, although not as large as it could be. And on something like pure water, the margin is very, very good. So anyways, I figured I'd bring it up right now, just tell you what each of the locations do inside of your first place. Mission board, it's where you go to get missions. And so there it is. Visit the bar so that we can talk to, what is his name? Orzu.
Mando Cambiso Juno. Sando Copaldo.
Yeah, well, where's my aunt? She was supposed to meet me here.
Ando Jetei. Rando Vondu. Jando Botondo Candosei.
Why do you say that?
Bando Vozotondo. Jando Bocal Rando Zavara.
Do you know what it is? Maybe it'll tell me how to find her.
Andosei. Jambondo Spectre. Tontaka Lando Jazunda. Junno Bongo Kapanta Ram Simbota. Wadanchapai.
Can I see it?
Ramdovei. Jandovova from Tosca. Yandobojanda. Dando Rasputin. Andozopai. Ramkon Vojara. Zazabonda.
Wait, what do you mean?
Kornobajatenko. Zando Joetanda. Rendoboboy. Popkan. Nobojol.
Okay, so do you have any suggestions?
Andobo Zaldo Voshu. Juno Bondo Zazopondeye. Lala. Zonzon Gumodochi.
Alright, so what kind of something?
Ando Soskova Whiskey. In the Grela. Manjundabo. Ando Zovardo. Argondo Jotanda. Rundubujigo Botan.
Okay, sounds like a deal.
Hando. Rando. Beef Huntro Crate. Hondoya Bronson Coal. Rendova Whiskey Book. And the Moto Lando Boy.
Okay, I'm on it. Alright, so we got the 500 credits. It's time for us to get up and out of here and jump back into Spotchy. We don't have any money right now, so the game is like, I recommend that you spend a bunch of money right now. I probably wouldn't, because some of the entry-level weapons are not that good. Like, they're okay, they're really, really passable, but you're already flying around in a space hoopty. Why make the matters worse by being too broke to buy better stuff? I think we're actually going to have to loop around the planet. Watch out, because the planets do have a gravitational field. If you get sucked into it, they have an atmosphere, so it'll burn up your ship. You cannot land on planets yet. I don't know if that's a future DLC option. I hope the game does very well in sales, because I'd love to be able to go and do like a third-person shooter type thing on the ground, too, if you could. The more complication, the better. I like X3. I like Freelancer. I like both in their own ways. I like Eve, but Eve was a bit too much of a time dedication for me. I just don't have the time to do it, so... You know, complication has its limits. Let's engage in the warp drive. Once you get up to speed and you're not near any obstacles, you should be able to turn on the warp drive. It'll help you jump around. I have no idea what unit SM is. Typically when I play space games, they use astronomical units, but this one uses SM. I have no idea. No clue. We've got a distress beacon over there. Wouldn't take it right now. We have very, very little equipment, and distress beacons are known for being traps. First thing you want to do when you land in any system, you're going to want to hold down the control key, which opens up your radio menu. You want to hit pulse. When you hit pulse, our shields are down. Why are our shields down? Let's take the hail real fast.
Hey there. Orzu send you? You got my payment?
Yep, he did. Here's the cash.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Pleasure's all mine. Alright, so we appear to be in a nebula right now, which means that our shields are going to randomly get sapped from each side of our ship. We need to get the hell out of here, like, right this second before this gets too gnarly for us to handle. So let's kick on the engine and hope that we get up out of here before we have any major damage to our ship. In delivering this whiskey, we're going to make ourselves our first grip of cash, and actually you make quite a bit. And so we want to plan out carefully how we want to use this money, and I've got a couple of suggestions that I think will keep you flying your combat missions and being okay while you run things around the galaxy. Watch out for those nebulas and things over there. You can actually, like, crash into them and stuff like that, so... be careful. I'm also going to dodge around the side of the planet if I can and whip it on in right there. Perfect. Exactly what I was hoping we would go for. Let's get down in here. We'll get that free equipment from Orzu, and then I think we will be solid to start at least the first half of our space adventure.
Senso, andozo poiopotara, und trankten, zandobojino tronta, und jitunen Rasputin.
I will take the deflector. Now, your options here are, they both cost the same amount at the store. I think, personally, the deflector is a little bit more useful in the beginning. The deflector makes it so that you can negate all damage. Think of it as a paladin bubble with limited HP. You can throw it up and it'll negate all the damage you take until it hits a certain threshold, and then it'll start working on your shields. And so think of this as a shield for your shield that you control with the spacebar while you're fighting. So if you see that big missile coming in and you know you can't stop it with point defense, bam, put it into the deflector. It's like it never even happened. The tractor beam is for picking up loot when you're in space, and so it's good for getting extra stuff, and you can make a lot of money with the tractor beam. If you want cash, I go with the tractor beam. If you want to stay alive, I go with the deflector. Just, that's me.
Follow me. Ondo's okay to push Navra Rasputin.
Okay, so what about my aunt, though?
Jandoze, mando koboshe, ondo kakwain kolpa.
Okay, well, tell me about the favor.
Ondo simplo, romoton, gandozokon, ondo boji mundu, ondo bojola.
Yeah, I can handle that.
Ente, vendukukon, hantuyom bui, randashelkate, tombaba.
I'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing that I would do, I would hire this guy right here. This guy...
I hear you're looking for someone who can fly. That the case?
I might be. Aren't you a little old to be a mercenary?
That's the look of experience, kid. Anybody who lives this long knows a thing or two.
I mean, I was just asking. What sort of ship do you fly?
I got one of those military-grade Durham gunships. She's fast and she's mean and she's reliable.
Guess that's good to know. You've convinced me. You're hired. I like this guy. I usually pick him up pretty early in all of my campaigns because it's nice to A, have somebody else for the AI can shoot. They can shoot at somebody else that's not you. It's great when bullets are not flying in my direction. I would rather have a cheap NPC that I pay the equivalent of $10 die than myself, because that means I gotta go back to my last save point, which is whenever you log into a dock. I just don't feel like dealing with it. But he's also actually really, really good in combat. Like, I've seen this guy flatten ships way larger than his. Like, when he first told me he flew a gunship, I was like, that's smaller than a frigate. I mean, that's smaller than a light frigate. That's a really, really small craft. It's like 3 times the size of a fighter craft. But he actually is more than capable of wrecking the hell out of somebody if you give him a little bit of distance to work with.
Good to be working with you, kid. Let's blow this joint.
Alright, the next thing that I would do is I would leave the bar and I would buy yourself a tractor beam. If you forget about the tractor beam, you're not going to be able to pick up loot or anything like that as you go through the game. You can get it over here. I don't know if you saw what I clicked on, but it's under componentry and then tractor beam. And so it's 4,500. It's going to cost us, but it'll make it so that we can pick up loot that we can sell for even more money later, contraband and legal. So let's jump on out of here. I would say this is the point at which I would probably get my beta turret filled in with a scatter gun. So I'll put that in right there. I don't think we have room for a... Yeah, we don't have a gamma turret, but what we do have room for is a flat cannon. I would highly recommend you pick up a flat cannon. This thing is absolutely fantastic, and I played actually for a long time without it, and I came to fear missiles. I was terrified of missiles the entire game. Flat cannons make it so that at the push of a button, you can make missiles and rockets no longer a concern. It's not going to do a lot of damage. You can also use it against fighters if you want to, but meh, it makes it so you don't have to worry about the big bad bombs that people are going to be blasting in your particular direction. So I like to pick it on up, and that means that we've actually got everything nice and full. Combat in this game is waged. Is my ship damaged? Why does it have a blast mark right there? Your ship shows battle damage. I don't know if you guys ever had those toys when you were a kid. They were the Jurassic Park toys where they got battle damage, like chunks of the dinosaur get blown off. Your ship actually takes battle damage in this game depending on where it gets shot, like pieces fall off. And it gets all fiery and flamey, and it's kind of cool. And that right there definitely looks like damage. But it would say repair your ship right here up above weapons if I was damaged. So I assume it's just kind of something that's there. Let's check the mission board. We've got the firepower to kill a lot of people right now. And so we've got just off the rift, the defeated Doublejacker, Fling, and Panic. We've identified 2 small fighter groups that would be easy to wipe out. Mandrika Militia Operations has offered 4,636 credits to fight them. We'll do it. Sounds good to me. I think you can only have 5 missions at a time. Not totally sure on the exact how many missions you can have, but you can't have infinite missions, so be aware. Soy paste delivery, it's at an average difficulty, but it pays pretty well, so I'll take it, and I'll just hope that we can avoid trouble. We've also got the Hawaiian Section Patrol. That one's going to be too hard. I'll probably go after the low risk. I'm going to go after the low-risk double jack here, too. A local trader wants revenge against a crazed pirate, Alex Zorn. Somewhere around Mopaku border. If you can destroy him, the trader will pay you 2,500 credits. We are broke and we need money so that we can start trading en masse. And so I'm going to take all of those quests right there. That'll give us a good 10,000 to work with. Get us back into the black. Back in black! That song is actually about high-level accounting. But I think... yeah, we're good right now. Let's depart the station. Depart from ye, for I know you not, Rust Bay, or whatever the hell you're called. You will see that our homeboy Garrus is right there. He will more or less... I haven't actually figured out how to give him orders just yet. Like, it should be... I thought it was in the radio menu, but... maybe somebody could fill me in on that one. I've only just now started playing around with the escort craft and whatnot, so... not entirely sure. I mean, you press control, it says to take you to the command menu. But, I don't know. We'll go to the closest mission for right now. That's going to be our cleanup operation over on this side. And that sounds mighty fine, just fine to me. Let's go ahead and jump on over there. All we got to do is blow up some crates, and that sounds just great. And in our current financial state, I think that we would probably be able to do pretty well with a little bit of extra payment. We have an identified signal. If you look at our radar right now, the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, it was a little purple thing. If you rewind now, you'll be able to see it's a purple thing with a quest marker on it. We also have a couple other things down there you want to know about. We have our Escorts Health, which is in the top left corner, the little radio thing. We have the white bars are our hull armor. The blue bars are our shields, and those actually correspond with the front, left, back, and right of our ship. The big blue bar at the bottom is going to be how much deflector shield we have left, activated with the space bar, like so. And then the little 100% is how much internal, I guess, cohesion we have left. That number you really, really, really do not want to go down to 0, because then you die horrifically. So that'll start draining down once we lose shields and hull from any particular side. The first time you get into any area, what did I tell you? Pulse scan everything. If you don't, you won't know what's around. I highly recommend it. And so there's our crates right there that we're supposed to be blowing up. I'm going to go ahead and give these a quick drive-by. The combat in this game is done old naval style. And so you pull up alongside things, and just like Assassin's Creed 4, you hold down right-click, you fire at a thing, and that's it. When it turns yellow, it means you're fully aimed in. And so there you go. I don't know if that's actually going to affect here. Let me slow the ship down. The first crate is now taken care of. We can swap weapons. Let's say you want to shoot the little deck guns that we have up on top. You press the 3 key and you just mouse over the thing you want to shoot at. There it is right there. Nice and quick and clean. Do we have any loot around? I see a blue thing. The blue things on radar are typically loot containers, so... stuff to think about. There it is right there. Targeting is very, very simple. Very, very low maintenance in this game. It's seriously pretty simple. It's not that bad. We blew up the crates. They're all nice and taken care of. It looks like there's something blue dabba-dee-dabba-die behind us. Oh, it's a friendly. Never mind. Okay. That's one of our homeboys over there. At least one of the factions that does not want to... oh, we've got friends coming in. Yay! I always knew that I was a friendly sort. Let me go ahead and take a look here. It looks like our buddy Garrus is fighting with him already. We need to get back over here and help him, though, because he's not going to last long all by his lonesome. We got a pretty good-looking little mark right there. I don't know if we'll get to play around with missiles or anything, or flak defense or anything in this battle. This should be fairly simple. I'm actually going to command my gun to fire at him. And he's down. We got him taken care of. Typically, you want to use your little machine guns on fighters and smaller stuff that you can wipe out pretty quickly. But honestly, the deck guns or the plasma, like this little pulse gun that I'm firing right now, does pretty well. Now, by at this point, you're probably pointing out that, hey, why are they moving in 3 space but you can't? I'm pretty sure it's just for cinematic effect. They're out of range right now. Always pay attention to the optimal range of your guns. I'm kind of talking to you guys and not paying attention at the moment, so... is what it is. We're in range now, though. Oh, there he goes. He's done. And on this side, I think Garrus should be taking pretty good quick work of this guy. I think I'm going to fly in on him real fast. And right at the last second, I'm going to turn. Ooh, he outran me. Ooh, okay, so he's hotter on the turn than I am. I'm just going to keep firing then. Ooh, he crashed. I'm about to crash into him. Back up. Ooh, don't take a broadside right now. It's time to get up in here, though. Ooh. He skimmed us pretty good right there. It's time to give him the broadsides right here. Damn indeed, my friend. You were getting wiped out. Down you go. And he dropped metallic ore. Not exactly the most expensive item he can drop, but I'll take anything free. So there it is. We'll tractor beam that on him by holding down the E key. And then we'll step forward for a minute if we can avoid scuffing up the car anywhere. Oh, there's another fighter left? I don't feel like Garrus did a lot of good in this fight, but maybe he's on his warm-up period right now. During my stream, he was just wiping out everybody. You go ahead and turn on the engines real quick. Man, that little tiny piece of pipe done destroyed me. I knew I had a reason to be afraid of plumbing fixtures. Let me see if I can catch up here. They're having a fight that's at a little bit higher of a velocity than I can handle. You can fire your broadsides at smaller craft, just be aware. They're not super easy to hit. Got paid out 3,500 right there. What is the 3,503 for? Is that for... Oh, that must have been one of the guys we were hunting. He jumped in over here to fight with us. All of the things on the map actually move around freely. Like all of the bandits and stuff like that, they do whatever they want. They fly around just like you do. And so that was one of the bandits from the mission that we received. So he's actually saving us a trip. So that's pretty cool. The soy paste delivery's pretty far away, so I'll probably try and wipe out... We don't have a lot of loot space, though, so I might go after that one first, actually, just to clear out our hold. Get a little bit of pace. We've already made 3,000 right there. We finish this one, we'll probably get 5K. We get the soy paste in, we'll probably get ourselves another 3 or 4K. This flight's going to take a little while, but I'm going to let you guys sit in here. There's going to be some dead time during this series where we're just going to be stuck in the warp, chilling with each other, partaking of its particular energies, no heresy. And so... it is what it is. You can get warp engines that are a little bit faster if you wanted to make these trips quicker. They're not that horrible by comparison to some of the runs that I've done. Ah, shit, we got jacked out of orbit by somebody over here. Let me go ahead and pulse scan this and see if it's manageable. We got a double jack berserker over there. He'll probably be dead. Oh, we got a bounty on these guys? Well, hell, let's take that bounty then. Let's get paid, shall we? See if we can give him a little bit of love in here, although I prefer not to take too much damage. That little guy over there has like a Star Wars A-Wing thing going on. I'm going to try and pull back around to keep the guns leveled on him, although I might help out because I can overcharge the guns and make them fire faster if I take manual control of them. So just be aware that if you're trying to shoot down fighters, it might be a wiser decision. I don't think I'm going to use broadsides for right now. Let's go ahead and flip on over here, see if we can catch up to this battle. See if we can kick this thing into gear and just wipe this bastard out. Come on, get him! And so in case you were wondering, even though the top gun is out of range, we've got another gun on the bottom that can fire. So it's nice if you can keep them level, but I think that's also the reason they go up and down, is to add a little bit of challenge and force you to move around a little bit. Well, I mean, I can't move up or down, so I don't know. I don't know anything, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore because I feel overwhelmed by the responsibility. Was there any loot around here? There's a bounty, huh? Who's the bounty? Is he a badass or is he a weakling? Where's that bounty at? These are criminal outposts right here. You can become a criminal if you want. Be a good guy or a bad guy. I think I'm just going to let the cards fall where they may. If we become a good guy or a bad guy, so be it. But I'm just going to kind of play this as it comes. I have no particular... I don't really care about law enforcement, and I don't really care about being a bad guy either. Both are equally fine by me. And so if we get caught with contraband and we end up burning through a whole bunch of our reputation... Maybe... Ooh, we're fighting in the Carla ice field. Okay. If we could go sublight, that'd be great. Your ship has 3 different modes. It has normal speed, which is combat. It has sublight, which is faster than combat speed, but slower than warp. And then I think it has warp speed. And so it goes into sublight automatically if there's nothing in the way, so that you can cruise around pretty quickly if there's nothing going on. I think these guys are pretty manageable. I don't know how big these ships are, though, so can I scan these from here? Like, if I put that right there... Yeah, I can't scan yet. You can hold down the tab key to open up your scanner, in case you wanted to know. I'm going to go into sublight, and we're going to try and take these guys from the edge. Actually, that guy's a lot deeper out than the front 2 are. Oh, he's a missile corvette? That's concerning. Alright, so let's pull in close right here. This is where you are going to learn how to use point defense. So when the missiles turn red that are coming in, press shift, and it'll destroy them. So there you go. That's all you need to know about point missile defense. I'm going to strongly suggest that we bail out of here for a little bit. Outrun the missiles for a minute and let the fighters... What you can do here is you can actually sort out the enemies from slowest to fast. I got to shoot down this missile. Hold on. There we go. Shot it down. Still did a little bit of damage. That's also going to give Garrus a chance to do some work here. We've outranged some of their guns, but the next thing I need is to kill off these Harriers because I am not... Oh, nope. Got to get you. Hold on. There we go. Shoot down that missile real fast. I probably could have got that one with flak, all things considered. But let me see here. Yeah, I might not. Absorb it with the shield. There we go. He's out of range. Go ahead and slow your jets, Turbo. Let him pull up on us. Let him catch a little bit of laser fire here. Back shields are holding, which is good for us. Another Red Devil Harrier coming in. May have taken a little bit of hot boy damage right there. But if we can get rid of his fighter escort, I think his chances of long-term survival are pretty limited. Don't neglect, like, wiggling around a little bit just to force them to not lock in on you. Like, if you wiggle a tiny bit, it makes you a harder target to hit, and they got to refocus their lock on. I don't know if that's how it completely... Ah, shit. I took those ones right to the dome. I think his fighter escort's gone. It's time for us to make some juicy money claiming that man body. Oh, and we'll block that with the deflector shield. I think I've got... Yeah, let's go ahead and get in here. Missiles will be coming in just a second. Flak... shields are down. Hull is pretty badly damaged. Let's go ahead and face to a side where we still got something left to play with here. And so he's coming in with the missiles again. Give him the flak. There we go. Got him out of the sky. And that's the shift key, in case you were wondering. You will no longer fear missiles if you learn how to use flak properly. That and your deflector shield. So he's out of range again. We're going to have to run him down, unfortunately. This is going to give us a bit of trouble because attacking the back is usually in pretty poor form. But I really need some damage on this thing. The bottom right-hand corner, your guns do overheat when you overclock them. So be aware, you may have to do that a little bit. Oh, he's down. There we go. Where my bounty at? Where my bounty at? Are you not the bounty? He might not have been the bounty. So it's got to be one of these two jackasses over here. Well, we're out of time for the day. So my name is Splattercat. This is Rebel Galaxy. I will see you all later. I have a blast with this game. I think it's very, very solid. I will see you all next time. Hi to everybody.